So let's start the session. Formally, I should introduce you myself. I am Siddharth Mishra. I am the Media and Outreach Lead at CodeChef NIT Raipur chapter. So first of all, I would like to request you all to go follow CCNITRR on Instagram. You must be having an Instagram account, I know. Uh, Also, I would like to ask you to join Discord channels. On Discord, we have many things we have uh, shared many resources. We discuss problems there, and we will be soon be having many events on Discord even. I would like to request you all to join Discord. Next slide, please. I welcome you all here in today's session and thank you for coming today. Next slide. So in this picture, you can see that the boy is asking that can I learn Java tonight and start building apps by morning? So I hope that this question will be answered at the end of will get answered by the end of the presentation. Next, please. Yeah. So let's. These are some of this is the agenda of today's session. Like we will be discussing these many points today. Next. Okay, let's start. I would like to call Atul to take over the presentation from now onwards. Atul, please.
Okay, my voice is audible.
Yes, yes.
So, hello everyone. My name is Atul Rathor, and I am a second year computer science undergraduate at NIT Raipur. And also, I am the president of CodeChef NIT RR chapter. So, let's begin this session. Next slide. So, this session is intended for beginners with little to no experience in programming or people who just want to understand the basics of programming. I hope you all are here for that. So let's jump into what is programming. So in dictionary, programming is defined as a process of preparing in an instructional program for a device. But let's avoid this complicated definition and break it into plain English. So in layman terms, programming just means to instruct the computer to carry out some specific task. So people often refer to as coding as well. Next slide. So obviously this meme has no relation to programming, but I found this interesting. You can have a look at it. So our next question is, what basically is the need of a programming language if you already have many languages like English or any other language? The issue with this language is that computer cannot understand English or any other languages because computer only understand binary language, and for humans binary language is very difficult. So the purpose of programming language is to communicate with computers, just like the purpose of any other language. So different languages do this in different ways. For like in English, every statement ends with a full stop. So same in C++. Yeah, C++ is also a programming language. So in C++, every statement ends with a semicolon. So basically that is its syntax. Next slide. So this is important one. So there are a lot of programming languages available nowadays, and beginners often have doubt in their mind that which is the best language. So let me get this clear. There is no such thing as best programming languages, just there are a lot many options for lot of situations. So let's look at a few points which can help us decide which is the best language. Again, best here means best for ourselves. So the first factor on which it depends is what is the programming languages used for? Example, for web developing or mobile applications or data science, or and maybe all of those. And the second factor is, are there any good resources available from that? Example, documentation or courses, etc. So we can learn it easily. So the next factor is how hard is to learn the language, especially if you are a beginner. And the last factor is there any industry demand of that language? So if I hope you will not learn any other languages which are not popular or not in industry demand. Next slide. Okay, so this data is a little bit old to refer to, but it is still relevant. It was of March 2019. So this shows the ranking of all the, not the ranking, basically popularity of all the languages. So Java, C, C++, and Python were the top four programming languages. You can prefer any one of those. I personally prefer C++, and also it is in your theory. I guess it is in your theory subjects for first year as well. So if you have any doubt, I think you should go with C++. Next slide. So now let's have a look at what are the different domains available. You can explore web design or development. Next one. Also, you can become an Android developer. These are the two most highly demanding skills nowadays in the market. There are also some more interesting domains like machine learning, artificial intelligence, and obviously security is very important also. Next one. So all in all, I want to summarize that these are not the only domains you can work with. There are many more domains which can be explored. The possibilities are endless. But today, let us see what set competitive programming apart from these domains and try to understand it why it is a must-have skill to get into top multinational corporation like Apple, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, etc. As every company will be first conducting their coding rounds to shortlist a student for the further rounds. So my advice is whether you are interested to work in any domain I mentioned earlier, you will definitely have to get your hands dirty with competitive programming to ace any interview. So I would like to tag Sahil who will be first demonstrating how to write a basic C++ program.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. This is Sahil Salare, and I am the events lead of this Code Cafe Error chapter, and I'm glad to have you all here. So I would like to show you that how you could go and write a simple program and run it in the compiler. So let me change the tab first. So this is the default CodeChef ID that you could use if you don't have any compiler or anything to set up. I would just paste the link here. So you could go there and try it out. So what we would do is we would write a simple program that would print out hello world, as many beginners are not familiar with the C++ language. So what this compiler does is whatever you write in this column, in this block, it runs and gives you the output. This is the language selection box where you could like select which language you want code in. So I would select C++ 14, which is the normal C++ that everyone uses. Then I would write my program here, as this first line concludes that the IOStream file is to be included as to use the directory functions, which is like printing the output or taking the input from the user. And these things you will learn in the class itself. I'm just showing it for the demonstration sake. Then in this section, in this main, whatever you will write in, this code will execute, which is inside this brackets. So I would like to show you a simple program which is printing the hello world. So we would write cout and then the message that we want to print, which is hello world, and then this semicolon. Remember, this semicolon is very important for like various purposes. If you miss it out, then your compiler will show an error, as it is the basic syntax of C++. So in every line you have to write this semicolon. So let's run this and find the output. So as we could see here that the status is successfully executed and the output is hello world. So that means that our program which we had written here has successfully ran, and this is its output. So that was how to write a simple program in the IDE and how to get your code run. So let's move to slide again. So I would like to take this topic that what is competitive programming, as many beginners don't know about this and how to get started with the CodeChef platform. So what is competitive programming? Is it these words that whatever you are seeing in the screen, that search, maximum, algorithm, BFS, graph theory, game theory? Yes, it is pretty much these all things. And mastering all these things makes you very proficient in the competitive programming field. Is it a sport? Yes, it is a sport, but it is not a physical sport like baseball, football, or running. It is a mind sport just like chess or Sudoku, where you have to practice more and become a much better version of yourself. So, as it was summarized, that competitive programming is an intellectual sport where coders race each other and solve the most algorithmic hard problems in limited amount of time. So it is like a plus point if you are a CSC student, that if you learned the competitive programming, you could do lab exams very easily and could also easily crack the interviews, which many people have a hard time cracking with. This would also fetch you like many benefits other than programming in basic field, such as networking, GUI databases. Like your logic will be so perfect that you will not have any problem in writing all these codes. So many beginners have this doubt that how to get started in competitive programming or in like general programming. So this is the part that I followed, and I would suggest most of the juniors or any other who are watching this to follow. That firstly learn a programming language, which is like the most important part. You could learn any language like C++, Python, Java, but what I would prefer is C++, that you will see its benefits in the next further slides. So learn a programming language. Don't dive to these paths at first. Firstly, learn and then choose a platform to practice questions, like whichever you are familiar with, like CodeChef, CodeForces, HackerEarth, HackerRank. Solve the easy problem first. And then whenever you will get stuck or like it's a new concept to you, then you could learn data structure about them and algorithms related to that problems from Geeks for Geeks or like LeetCode. Like there are excellent editorials provided on these platforms, so you could learn it from there. And then repeat this process again, like choose platform and practice questions and practice again and again. So once you're like pretty much confident, you could start participating in contests, so your rating gets increased. There is a rating thing which defines your coding capability on these platforms. So after this, you will find that your path is already like sorted pretty much about the competitive programming, and you would know that what to do further in this field. So then you could like participate more in the contest and have fun, get your rating increased, decreased. So that was pretty much about how to get started with CP. And here are like few platforms to practice and learn, like CodeChef, CodeForces, Podge, Geeks for Geeks, LeetCode. And the most famous ones are these two, CodeChef and CodeForces. Like the pretty much hard problems are mostly here, and other platforms are for like references and like many editorials and stuff. So LeetCode is also used for company preparation. Like if you want to prepare for a specific company or something like Amazon, Google or something, so you could do LeetCode. Else, if you have just interest or like becoming more better than what you are currently, then I would suggest you to start CodeChef and CodeForces. And Geeks for Geeks is for like reference, that anything you don't know, you could search it there and you will most probably find it there. So I would like to show another demonstration that how to submit a problem in CodeChef platform. So let me just share this. So if you are a new user, you could just log in from here. Like let me log it out first. If you are a new user or you don't have any ID on CodeChef, you could go to this site codechef.com and create this. So your ID will be created. And as I have already registered, I would select this Google, as my Google account is already linked. So as you can see here that I am logged in, and what you have to do, that you have to go to this section, practice and learn, and select this thing, practice level by difficulty. So here you will see there's many sections are available. I would suggest to start with beginners only, and pick up any problem that you like. That I would pick up this problem, which says adding two numbers. This problem's name is adding two numbers, and this is the problem statement. That the program is very simple. They're given two integers a and b. We have to write a program to add these two numbers. So this is the input and output that the website will give to your program. Means whatever you will submit to the website, it will give this kind of input, and you have to print this kind of output. So here the three means that the first line, that how many input that the website will give to your program. That three means three lines, 1, 2, and 3. And in each line it will give two integers a and b, which is 1 and 2, and 100, 200, 10, and 40. And you have to print the output of a plus b. So 1 plus 2 is 3, 100 plus 200 is 300, 10 plus 40 is 50. So like let me just submit it. For submitting, you would like click submitted as I did, and pick any language. I would choose here C++.
Excuse me, Sahil.
Yes.
Some people are waiting in the meeting, so could you please allow them?
Yes. So here we would take this is the basic program that we are declaring an integer t and taking the input as t, and t means the first three lines that you would do. That 3 means t, and while for every t we would take two integers a and b, which we have to add. Like for t equal to 1, we would take 1 and 2 and print its sum output. So let's run this program and find it out if it is correct or not. So as we could see here that the compiler or the judge from the website has checked our solution and it is correct internally. So this is how you submit to a problem, that if your program is correct or not. And if we would do a little change here, that if we would change to just a and not print out the sum of a and b, then what will happen? Let's find it out. Yes, as it is like obvious that we are not printing out the sum, so it will give us wrong answer. So this is one of the cases where the judge finds our answer to be incorrect from what it has. So that is how you submit a solution to a problem. Like go here and here, and then solve these problems for beginners. Pick any one of them and then go to submit, and then you could submit the problem. So that's how you will learn. Like eventually you will solve basic problems, and then you will find difficulty, and then you will go to Geeks for Geeks or any other platform to learn stuff and come back and learn things. So that's how you submit. I'm pretty much sure that many people have been cleared by this doubt, that how to submit a program in CodeChef. So let's move back to slide again. So these are some verdicts, means what the website will check or give the response to your code submission. Like AC means accepted, that I just show you now, that when we printed the correct value, that a plus b, then it was correct answer. So it means AC, which is abbreviated as accepted. And WA means wrong answer, that we just saw now. And also there is a compilation error, that if your code has missing semicolon or other things, then it will show compilation error. And time limit exceeded is another thing which you will not face for now, but you will face and find it out in other slides. So here are some biggest beginner mistakes. Like this is one of the memes that this was my situation as well, that I submitted my wrong answer code same again and again, hoping that the judge is wrong or the website is wrong and maybe I am right. But that's not the case every time. That compiler is never wrong, like website is never wrong. So your aim should be to improve and submit the corrected code again, not to submit the same code, like exact same code. Don't submit in the hope of that it will be get corrected. So I would like to hand over from here to Prakhar Asaiya, who is our CP lead of this chapter.
No, am I audible?
Yes, you are
Hello.
audible.
Okay.
Yes,
Good
you are
evening,
audible.
everyone. I am Prakhar Asaiya. I'm second year CSE at NIT Raipur, and I'm the competitive programming lead for this chapter. So, as Sahil and Atul have iterated to you what competitive programming is, and I think you have some idea of what it is. Basically, just having problems, solving them. But now let's move on to why do we need competitive programming? I mean, why should we do it? What's the purpose behind it? Right? Next slide, please. So there, as Atul has told you, there are different fields out there. You may be an expert in front-end development, back-end development, Android development, and a lot of other fields and domains are there. But one thing will be compulsory present in whatever job you apply or internship you apply for, and that will be a coding round. And competitive programming is what will help you clear that coding round. It is a necessary round in almost any domain that I know of, and it will present everywhere. So it is vitally important that we prepare for coding rounds. And these are the first rounds generally. It's not like at last they will ask you whether do you know to code or yes or no, right? It is the first round. So if you don't clear the coding round, knowing other things becomes useless since you can't proceed further. Now, various people could have various motivations for competitive programming. Some of you may want to get into your dream company, which may be FANG, which stands for Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. Some of the top companies that software engineers aspire to join. Or your motivation, your dream could simply be representing yourself on a world, on a say a world platform, which is it could be ICPC, ACM ICPC. As the slide says, ACM ICPC. You may want to represent yourself and your college on a world platform. And let me tell you, ACM ICPC is also known as the Olympics of coding. So it is the highest platform one can bring honor to themselves on. Or your motivation could simply be have a good software engineering job, which is quite high paying. Right? Some of us just want an easy life. Competitive programming will help you in everything. It not only helps you crack those things which I had said before, but also it improves your critical thinking skills and develops your problem solving skills so that you know how you can communicate your answers to others, how to analyze questions, and how to go for solution. And in the end, last but not least, the this slide presents a lot of reasons why you should do competitive programming. Right. It will help you improve your logic and problem solving skills, right? Habit of efficient code writing, and a lot of things. But some of the things that jump up to me here are like lab assignments will be a piece of cake to you, and it will make you placement ready. It is vital. It is a vital aspect that they check at coding rounds, whether you're able to code and make clean code. It's not only important that you learn how to code, but how to write efficient and error-free code because anyone can give you a simple solution, but you will need an efficient solution so that you can crack the job you are going for. One of the most famous books in this aspect is Cracking the Coding Interview by Gail Lackman McDowell. And she had said that competitive programming on a resume usually merits an automatic yes for an interview. Since if you're good at competitive programming, it itself speaks for your coding skills that you can code well. You know how to write an efficient algorithm for a particular problem. You know you have the problem solving mindset in you. Next slide. So if when you hear about the benefits of CP, it may seem to you that CP could be overhyped. Like you may learn a particular tough algorithm, but you're not gonna implement it ever on job, right? You can use simply a built-in function, or somebody else may have built that algorithm and it may be easy for you to implement. All these would be valid points, but the objective of any interview isn't to know whether you know a particular algorithm or not. It is to see whether can you code that particular problem from scratch. Can you solve it from scratch? Do you have that problem solving mindset which is required in the companies? Solving competitive programming questions helps you improve yourself. Like Bill Gates had said, I'm not in competition with anyone else but myself. My goal is to improve myself continuously. And so let's let's look at a real world application. Like we know what competitive programming is and why it is important, but how do we apply programming in real life, right? Some of you may be having that question. We will tackle that question now. So I'm pretty sure everyone here would be having an Aadhaar card and a SIM card, right? For the sake of illustration, we assume that there are a billion Aadhaar cards and SIM card each. And we know that each SIM card is linked to Aadhaar card, right? So we have a billion SIM cards which are linked to a billion Aadhaar cards, and one Aadhaar card is only linked to one SIM card. Okay, so this is the problem statement. Like a telecom company wants to fetch the postal address details from the Aadhaar card associated with each card, which simply means, say, given an Aadhaar card, you have to find a particular SIM card which is linked to it, right? So as we can see, we had a billion Aadhaar cards and a billion SIM cards. So we have a lot. Those are big numbers, right? To search for one SIM card, in worst case, we may have to scan it linearly. We may have to go one by one and check whether this Aadhaar card is linked to the SIM or not, right? So in worst case, we require to do a billion operations. And for a billion SIM cards, the total time would be a billion squared, which is 10 raised to power 18. And just as that slide has said, a computer can do a billion operations in 1 second. If we go into the math and find out the time taken for 10 raised to power 18 operations, it will come out to be approximately 32 years. So to find which SIM card is linked to which Aadhaar card, we may have to wait for 32 years. And that's a really long time, right? But do we have something we can apply here? Do we know have a way to sort this problem? We'll see. One thing what we can do is sort the Aadhaar card database and then apply an algorithm known as binary search. So instead of linearly scanning for each item, what we'll do is we just sort the database and apply binary search algorithm. And now if we observe, the time required for these operations would be reduced to approximately 30 seconds through that algorithm. So what had previously taken us approximately 32 years is simply done in 30 seconds. And this isn't this wonderful, right? And this is we programmers, this is what we do as programmers. This is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to solve these kind of problems through a pre-existing algorithms, or we have to devise some algorithms which will solve this problem. The computer will do the required calculations for us, but we have to be the ones who will eventually solve the problem. So the common languages for competitive programming, like we have only presented two languages here, C++ and Java. C++ is preferred because it is the fastest executing language for competitive programming. It has it has an incredible STL support, and STL here stands for Standard Template Library. As you go into learning C++ for competitive programming, you will get to know there are a lot of functionalities which has been ill-built so that you don't have to rewrite that whole code from scratch, and instead you can call a particular function and use it. C++ is less boilerplate code. This simply means that when you go for competitive programming and when you go to different languages, you will get to know some things you have to write by necessarily. You can't exclude it. And C++ is really small amount of this code. And this language is preferred by the world champions, whether it be Google Code Champ, Facebook HackerUp, or any other famous championship for competitive programming. Most of the participants there use C++. Java is another viable option for competitive programming, but it is really slow, like 2 times slower than C++, and it is more boilerplate code. And when you get to know Java, you'll learn that you have to write a lot as compared to what you have to write in C++. Now I'd like to ask Siddharth to continue for the rest of the presentation.
So this was a presentation from our side. So I must tell you that Mr. Vishal Sachwane, CSE faculty, he is a faculty advisor of the community. Next, please. Our team members have already introduced you all. Introduced you all. Next slide. So now I would like to take up the questions. If anyone is having any query, please raise your hand first. Like we can see people who are having the queries, you can raise your hand. One by one, we will be answering your queries.
Okay, so Harsh Ranjan has raised his hand. Please unmute yourself.
Harsh, please.
Yes, sir. I want to ask you how you are going to support us on CodeChef. Means if we are stuck in a problem, are you going to help us there?
Yes. Like in the contest, we couldn't help you because that's like not in our policy and that's wrong. So after the contest, if you could ask, like, if you have any problem, we could like address it to you.
No, but in contest we will solve by ourselves. But in
Mhm.
learning phase, we have many difficulties in getting how the code works. We have
Yes. While in
even if
learning phase,
search on overflow, we don't get it completely.
yes. While in learning phase, we could take up your questions, but not in the question, not in the contest. Else, if you are doing practice,
Any question
we would take it up.
that is present in the practice session, practice section of CodeChef, you could surely ask in the Discord. We are there to help you out. Any question in contest will not be answered until the contest get over because it's illegal and will lead to decrease of your rating.
Of our chapter as well. So
Yeah.
Sir,
that's the thing.
sir,
Sir,
Hello?
I have a question.
Wait a second, Harsh. Manish Kumar. Manish Kumar,
Yeah,
can you
Manish.
please unmute yourself? Hello, Manish.
Manish.
Okay,
Okay, we will ask him.
many of
Very
you
great.
had a doubt in my question, so my solution. So should I present the screen to that?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, you should.
And then I will answer Mayank Singh. Sir, I have a question about that program which you have run. Okay, he's telling you.
Was it this program, Mayank Singh?
Yes, sir. Sir, is I'm audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah,
Sir,
you're
I don't
audible.
understand that logic which you have used in while. When will this program stop? When
Oh.
t becomes 0 or when? Because I haven't used this type of logic in while.
Yes. So many of you must be having doubt in this. So this is while loop, which is like while this inner value is greater than 0 or not 0, it will run. Like if it is a positive value, it will treat it as positive, as true. So while true, it will run, and while it is 0, then it will not run. It will break out the loop. So as we took here 3, so it will go like while 3, while 2, then while 1, and then while
Okay.
0, it will not run. So we only have 3 inputs.
Yes, zero
Yes.
is basically pseudonym
I
for
would just write it out
false.
here, like
So zero is false. So all
not
other
in most of the programming languages, but it is in C++ that 0 is false and 1 is true. Any positive value is true. Any positive value, true.
Okay. So instead of that, we can use a t greater than 0.
Yes.
Then also
you
the
can
same
Could,
output.
use it here, but you have to reduce it here because it will be like forever. T minus minus you have to do, or like t is equal to t.
Okay, sir. No. Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So I'm sure
Okay, sir.
that.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Sir, I wanted to ask a question.
Yeah, sure, ask.
Yes, go ahead.
Sir, are there any systematic ways to write your code in order to minimize the errors?
As I did, like firstly when I was learning that, I used to write comments, but that's not a good practice in competitive programming. But what you could do is you would learn it by practicing it more. Like errors are not gone. Like also today when I write the programs, then I get some errors like segmentation fault and other stuff. So that's the thing that eventually will reduce in future. But as for now, you have to just practice it, and it will grow from that only. That there is no concrete way of removing the errors fully.
Sir, and should we make our own libraries of small code snippets?
I would like to transfer this to Atul because he is more familiar with snippets and other stuff. Hello, Atul.
Repeat your question. I didn't hear that. What was the question?
Sir, should we make our own libraries from the start in of small code snippets that we program and save in order to use them for future?
I personally don't feel like that. I don't make program or functions beforehand because it's very rare that that same will occur. Yes, but we see you can use for long, you can denote a macro LL, or for loop you can denote small.
Like
Make
the
functions,
snippet.
you don't need to make functions beforehand because, like if you are calculating power, so it's very rare that power question will keep coming again and again. It will be in 3 to 4 months contest. It will come. So I like coding it that time only.
As for beginners, I would like
Yes,
to
it's not
suggest
needed.
that you would have to write it fully. Like, don't start from snippets from now because in later you will suffer only. And once you get familiar with it, you could use like snippets that I use, and I would share, and Atul would also share it with you. Uh, Next up is Arjit Datta. Can you please unmute yourself?
Yes, sir. I have a doubt regarding that program, sir. Could you please write that program in C because I'm learning C right now.
Oh, okay, okay. So I actually wrote it in C. Let's see. Uh, where it was. Yeah, I'm not much familiar with it, so okay.
Science,
So
should I take other question till then?
You just have to
yes,
put a scanf in printf, I guess, Sahil.
yes, that's the basic difference.
Yeah, that's the basic difference
But
between C++
yes,
and
this I
C,
wrote
the
already.
input and output methods.
Could you see it,
No, we can't
Arjit?
see your screen right now. No.
Arjit?
Now
Yes,
it's visible.
now we can see.
Yeah, so yeah, that's this program in C,
That's his
Arjit.
program. See.
We can use scanf and printf in C++ too.
Yes, we could use it,
Yeah,
but it is not like generally suggested because C in and C out are like
much
very
But
easier
common.
why you are studying C? Is basically you should switch to C++, because C++
No,
is
no. Actually, I learned C. I've completed around 50 means lessons from the YouTube, so I'm continuing it.
Yes,
Because
yes,
if
it's
I
not
it's
left,
uh,
not
Great for
needed if
GitHub.
but
you
I would
want to.
suggest like you could shift it in near future, like transition into C++.
yes, sir. Of course, sir. After completing C, I'll shift to C++.
Okay, okay, sure. Abhinav Jha is raising his hand. Should I take it up?
सर सर ये मेरा क्वेश्चन था कि एक बार में मतलब पूरा सी प्लस प्लस कर ले कि मतलब एक एक करके टॉपिक करे फिर उस पर प्रैक्टिस करे फिर मतलब
टॉपिक
कि
करो और प्रैक्टिस करो, बेटर है। पूरा कंप्लीट करने में नहीं होगा,
अच्छा
Parallelly.
अच्छा
पैरेलली चलो उसको।
ओके ओके
Prakhar,
Question from Shubham Yadav: How can I
Yeah.
manage my chemical branch with competitive programming ahead? Is it possible? Yes, it is possible.
yes, like I have
Jha-
so many friends who are from chemical, but they are doing well.
Like I should mention this, that competitive programming is not taught in the college. We are also from CSE, but we have not learned competitive programming in the college till now. But we are doing it parallelly in our free times. So it's actually like you need to take it in parallel rather than making it the only focus thing. Did I answer your question, Shubham? Please do mention. Yeah, as Atul said, contest is the best way
Yeah.
of solving it. Like you always means the concept gets revised every time you sit in the contest and utilize all the things you have learned till now.
Right.
Rohit has asked how to keep revising programming concepts.
Keep participating in contests.
Yeah,
Will
keep
yeah,
participating in contest.
con-
Actually, it's only
contests will stay strong like that. Practice is
Uh,
actually
like
essential
we
Mohammed
for keeping
Harris
yourself
Qureshi has
updated.
raised his hand. So could you please
like we
unmute?
do
Excuse me,
math.
sir.
It's competitive programming is the same thing.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is this?
Sir, Sir Harsh Sharma.
Okay,
Okay.
ask.
Uh, Sir, I have doubt that how much time should we give to competitive programming from if we are starting now and we are learning the language means we are just a beginner.
First of all, I would say that make daily targets that you will come do this much and then practice on that particular concept. Then you can surely achieve your target. Means you should have a short term and long term targets, first
Yeah.
of all.
Just set short-term goals, long-term goals, and try to achieve your target by the end of the day or by the end of the week from wherever you're
Like,
learning. The source is not so important. Just stay consistent.
as a very
Uh,
beginner, how can we learn syntax? Also, I would
Excuse me,
mention
sir.
that Geeks is
Harris,
the best
just
site
wait for a
for
second, Harris.
documenting.
We will take up your question.
Okay.
Siddharth, address him first.
Yeah, Harris. Harris, please unmute yourself.
So my question is, when do we start taking part in these contests? मतलब जब हमको मतलब थोड़ा बहुत नॉलेज हो जाए कि शुरू से ही कॉन्टेस्ट में पार्टिसिपेट करना शुरू कर दें.
देखो कॉन्सेप्ट का क्या होता है ना, कॉन्सेप्ट मतलब कॉन्टेस्ट का जो होता है कि तुम्हारा लॉजिक आना चाहिए तुम्हें. लाइक कोड तुम कहीं ऐसे में रेफरेंस ले लेके भी लिख लोगे, बट जब तक तुम्हें वो लॉजिक नहीं पता है तुम सॉल्व ही नहीं कर पाओगे किसी क्वेश्चन को. तो अगर लॉजिक तुम्हें पता है किसी क्वेश्चन का कि वो सारे टेस्ट केसेस जो दिए हुए हैं उसमें वो लॉजिक रन हो रहा है, so you can write down your code until you figure out what the logic is. You can't write down the question. So I would suggest that questions पढ़ो, अगर नहीं भी हो रहा है तभी क्वेश्चन पढ़ो. समझ आना चाहिए क्वेश्चन. नहीं समझ आ रहा है तो किसी सीनियर से पूछो कि सर ये क्वेश्चन नहीं समझ आ रहा है, समझा दो करके. तो उससे क्या होगा कि लॉजिक बिल्डअप होंगे और आगे चल के तुम्हें मतलब वही हेल्पफुल रहेगा.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Siddharth Mishra has raised his hand. Please unmute
Sir,
yourself.
actually, I have a doubt of different dimension. I just wanted to know which type of interpreter should I use in Python. So, should I go for PyCharm or any other platform?
Oh, so you do in Python.
Yeah.
So you could start with VS Code itself. Like I do development in Python, not the competitive programming. So Python is pretty good for that. Like
I used
VS.
PyCharm once, but
Yeah,
then I
Python.
regretted learning Python also for competitive programming. I also started learning means competitive programming using Python, but later on I regretted and I just switched over to C++.
So, should I focus on C++ first? I
For
mean, I know basics of
competitive,
both Python and C++. So, should I focus on C++?
yes, for competitive programming, we will recommend that you focus on C++.
Okay.
Python because Python means works a bit slower. Then
Yes, like you would face this in while submitting the problem, and you would know that like in Python, if you would submit that, it takes 3 times more time that the same program in C++ would take. So it's better to submit in C++, as whenever the company will come to placement, and if you could submit in C++, then your ranking will be up, and you will have the greater chance of selecting in that company rather than your like classmates who do in Python or any other programming language.
Thank you, sir.
Ankit is having a doubt that how many coding languages are sufficient to learn. First of all, for landing into a job, you should know one language fully. Means you should have confidence in that language. Or like appearing in a interview, you should know C++ so that you can pass the coding round. Then go for for the next round. So one language is completely necessary, and other languages it's means is on your wish. You want to
Yeah.
know or not.
Harsh Ranjan Sinha, can you please unmute? You have raised your
Yeah,
hand.
yeah, sir. I have asked my question earlier, but I want to ask another one
Hmm.
that where can I submit my question where to get answered?
Like if you had any doubt,
Yeah,
then
yeah, yeah. You said I can submit it on Discord, but where on Discord?
in Discord
Discord.
we have a query section.
Sahil, could you please share your screen in the Discord?
Yes, yes. Just a minute.
Let us take them to Discord once.
And
Hmm.
sir, I have one more question.
Yes.
Sure.
I have completed to up to file handling and exceptions in C++, but
Yes.
I didn't practice it much. So I want to know from where I have to start.
So first of all, file handling doesn't come under like competitive programming section.
We
Yeah,
won't
I
be
should.
using it much
Would
actually.
it
everyone
is
see my screen?
object oriented programming.
Yes, yes, we are seeing. So please could you means make it full screen?
Full screen, okay.
Hmm. Should I take them? Like you can see here, it is this members arena. Like members arena contains general community guideline announcement, resources, queries. The queries section you can write. You can ask all your queries in this query section. Harsh,
Like,
can
but
you see
don't
it?
just put like many codes. Like, don't just copy and paste the
Yeah.
code. Like, do it for a while, and once you get frustrated or like it is not able to get solved, then you could ask here. Like, it's an extreme case, or if it is an extreme thing, then you would post it here. Else, you would just ping us personally, or like any of our executives, they would help you out.
No, I was stuck in a code for much a longer time and I have completed that successfully yesterday only. So I was asking for that purpose only. And if I am stuck
Okay.
for long, then I can share it
Yeah,
on.
you can post that
Yeah,
question
you
in query
post it
section.
there.
We will answer.
Here it is also a section like if it goes.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. So sorry to interrupt, but whether this session is over or not, because I have another assignment in bioscience.
Yeah,
Would you
the
So may I leave?
session is yes, the session is officially over. Yeah, people who want to ask their queries can be here.
Okay,
Everyone
sir.
else can get.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So Harsh, we were telling that in CP zone also there are sections like the website names are given. Code chef discussion, code forces discussion, lead code discussion, AT coder discussion, and GFG discussion. You can put up questions in particular sections also.
Okay, so thank
In the chat question, sir, is Linux better for programming than Windows? Surely yes. Sahil will tell you in detail.
Yes, yes, the Linux is much better than Windows in programming because it is like developer focused stuff. So it does not matter for beginner or like many people also do in Windows, but it is much faster. Linux
Yeah.
is much faster than Windows. So that's the thing. And also in the lab or any your core subjects that you will learn in CSE, you will have to do it in Linux only because I guess in the first year it was no, Prakat, that we had to
Yeah.
do it. Yes.
Everything in our labs is Linux actually. So at your home, with your personal laptop, it is not necessary to switch to Linux, but Linux is indeed better compared to Windows.
Like
It
don't
is
switch
much
if you
faster.
don't have any like knowledge as
Yeah.
of now.
There's no compulsion to switch to Linux, but later on, as you will progress in these things, you will learn it.
So
Next question, is it worth to buy MacBook? Sahil tell.
oh, yes, I just got a MacBook now, and I think it is like good, much better
If your
than it.
budget is like that, then you can surely go for it. It's
Yes,
not necessary though.
yes,
Like
but it's like much better than Windows or Linux.
yeah,
That I
it
would
would
say.
be.
And also, like if you want to develop Apple apps or any other thing, then it is like the only product that you should go for. And it's like
Code.
a good thing for 4 years if you want to spend money on.
Sir,
Code.
excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Sir, does our college provide us email ID from college?
Oh,
No.
that
Student email
No,
ID?
no,
No.
no.
Oh,
So CodeChef is for both learning coding and competition. Yes, it is for both.
You can go to practice section and try to practice the previous questions which have appeared in previous contests, and you can absolve them. And whenever a contest is going on, you can participate in that and learn how much do you know and how much you have learned.
Anurag, about the math syllabus, we will taking this topic in our next session. Surely, means we need to have a detailed session over the topics inside competitive coding. So we will be taking another session on this. Sahil, please
I can
note
give you
down this
an
question.
overview on that.
Yeah, Prakhar, please give the overview.
Just permutation combinations and a very little part of probability. Permutation combination is basically the maths part that will be majorly required. Other than that, it's just logic building.
And discrete mathematics also means.
Yeah, discrete
Discrete, the whole of
That
discrete
is in,
mathematics part
yeah,
you need to have.
Okay,
that
so
is in the third semester.
one of the
So,
attendees has asked this question that the test cases are executed, but even then it shows time complexity error in the final message. How to get rid of this? So I would like to address this as you have to improve your algorithm, like what you were using logic, that you have to improve in the code. That the tests are running, but when you're submitting, then it is showing time limit exceeded. So that's your program's fault, that you have to improve and make it much better. What you are doing currently now is correct, but make it like much better and much faster way. As we show that Aadhaar card example, that it took 30 years and then we reduced it to 30 seconds. So that's how you have to like reduce the complexity by tweaking up your algorithms and using other stuff and that. And I hope that your query has been addressed, Mansi, today.
Yes, sir. Sir, one more doubt I have.
Okay.
Sir, is it necessary, like I am personally interested in Java. I've been pursuing coding for about 3 years now. So like switching into C++ is quite a difficult task for me. So is it necessary that I should go to C++ or I should continue with Java?
Yeah, you could continue with Java, like they are like almost equal in terms of competitive programming. So that wouldn't be a problem, isn't it, Prakhar?
The only problem is that you need to write longer codes in Java as compared to C++.
Exactly. Other than that, the time limits are set in such a manner that they are set in a language specific manner. So if some program takes 1 second to execute in C++, the time limit for Java would be 2 seconds because Java has longer execution time. The only thing, as Siddharth said, you have to write longer code. That's the only issue considered with Java. Other
And
than
that's
that,
the means
perfectly
the
fine.
negative point of Java. We need to write
Sir,
longer
but
code within short
sir,
period of time.
sir, we can multi-thread the operations in Java.
That doesn't help actually. To learn
Yes, we have
multi-threading is not
I'm
allowed
just
actually.
saying that you need to write longer codes.
Yeah. Multi-thread actually won't help you. It isn't allowed generally in these kind of competitions.
that the judge will detect and your program will not be running.
Your
That
program
will
will be
happen.
instantly terminated.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Sure.
Shubham Yadav is asking, sir, how we will know about next session?
Next session we will be telling you through our Discord channels and on our Instagram page. Follow the means join our Discord and follow us on Instagram.
Which book you are?
Anyone else who is having any
I think
question?
Atul quoted this, which book we would suggest.
Yeah, Competitive Programmers Handbook by Antti
Search it up, you would find a
Lekhon.
PDF and just download and see and learn from there.
Yeah,
like
the
it's a
PDF
good
is
thing to
available
learn.
online.
Anyone else? Any question?
Sir, one more question.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sir, from where should we study our language? Means I have started from YouTube, but in YouTube we can't find everything in detail.
If you want to read something, you should go for Geeks for Geeks. It has means it generally said that it's the Bible for computer science students. So it Geeks for Geeks has means what written documented material for every topic. You can go for it also. And for practicing, you can switch to the CodeChef.
Okay.
Mm,
Sir, sir,
Yes.
Yeah.
sir, how much coding is required for your companies like Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan and all?
like if there are many good coders in your batch, then you would have to prepare up to that level, or else generally the level is like if you could do A, B, C, D
Uh,
problems in code forces rounds, then you are like pretty much done with it.
or you
Okay, sir.
can go back and try to find the previous interview questions. You can check if
Yes.
you're able to solve them all, then you're good. But if not, then you need to work on it, right?
Like
Sir,
also in the contest, if you would do 4 problems or 5, then you are like pretty much done with the interview process and you would have the idea how the questions are asked. It's of that level only.
ओके सर, मतलब ये गोल्डमैन सैक मतलब बेसिकली इजी रहता है माइक्रोसॉफ्ट वगैरह से?
नहीं ये मिसकंसेप्शन नहीं है, मिसकंसेप्शन है तुम्हारा। जनरली जो कोडिंग राउंड्स होते हैं सारी कंपनीज के इक्वली मींस डिफिकल्टी लेवल रहती है, जस्ट क्वेश्चंस अलग होते हैं, लॉजिक बेस्ड लॉजिक्स अलग होते हैं, तो वो सोचने में टाइम लगता है।
Only coding, not CP is beneficial. I'm not able to get this question. Amit Singh Rathore.
Who is asking? Amit Singh, only coding, not CP is beneficial. Couldn't understand this, sorry.
अगर हम केवल हेलो सर, अगर हम केवल कोडिंग सीख लेते हैं पर अगर कॉम्पिटिटिव कोडिंग नहीं कर पाएंगे तो क्या वो बेनिफिशियल रहेगा हमारा?
एक्चुअली आपको जब प्लेसमेंट्स होंगे तो वो आपको क्वेश्चंस ऐसे ही टाइप के देंगे जैसे मैंने अभी दिखाया प्रेजेंट करके स्क्रीन, तो आपको सीपी उसके लिए सीखना पड़ेगा। बाकी अगर कोडिंग आप ऐसे ही कर रहे हैं जैसे डेवलपमेंट वगैरह के लिए तो चल जाएगा, लेकिन फिर उसको स्टार्टअप में अप्लाई करना पड़ेगा आपको। ये सब कंपनीज में आप बैठ नहीं सकते, मतलब क्योंकि राउंड ही नहीं है।
थैंक यू सर।
सर बेसिक सी प्लस प्लस सीखने के लिए प्लीज शेयर लिंक। ओके, सो आई हैव शेयर्ड दैट पीडीएफ।
वो लिंक शेयर किया तो अभी तो लूपर में शेयर किया है, देख ले यूट्यूब वाला लिंक।
Ankit Kumar Ray, sir, when do we start coding? I mean, it's like start now or regret later.
Start now would be better.
Yeah.
Yes, like very much
earlier you
better.
start, the better it is.
Do means do a little bit coding every day. It will be beneficial. Means it's not the high time right now, but you can start now.
No, like you have to start from now because the competition will rise in the future. I would like sense that. And also, can any branch student sit for software complete placement? Siddharth, you have an idea on this?
Yeah. So first of all, when the companies come in the campus, they generally means they have two options. Like for the tech companies, they go for open round. This means the round is open for everyone in the college, or they go for only the CSIT and
branch specific rounds.
These three means any tech company comes, so it is given that CSIT and ECE will sit. The rounds are open for CSIT, ECE. Also, if the company has the choice that yes, we will take students from other branches also, it makes it make its round for open for everyone, so any other student can sit. Also, other than that, if you are applying out of the campus, so you can any branch student can apply in any company. There is no limitation on it. Did I clear your doubt, Mansi?
Yes, sir.
Are students from core branch allowed to sit in placement of no course?
Same question, I guess.
Yes, same question. I guess we have addressed that. And do company like GS, Morgan Stanley come here? No, like companies like D Shaw, Amazon, and Accenture,
Microsoft.
These comes. Yes, Microsoft also comes. And Morgan Stanley, I don't have any idea about Morgan Stanley.
Morgan Stanley, we have not heard actually.
No, like
That
we have
it,
not heard.
it is not coming in the college right now. Okay, thank you. We will now close the session. It's like a 1 hour session it was. Thank you for joining us. Now everyone can leave.